Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. You know, it's one of them situations where we see the reality of people and who they truly are when they start to lose their kind of relevancy, when they start to find out that the other people are being very successful. And it's very sad to see people go completely and totally jealous and have it go make their brains go completely and totally sideways, especially when it's people that are part of groups that you've been listening to for a long time or have been watching for a long time. And you realize that, guess what? They have been so brainwashed by the world out there, by the media that they have consumed over the years and over the decades, that they believe that only one worldview is the right way, and anybody that disagrees with them, well, they believe all of the hype. There were ists, there were phobes, and all the rest of that kind of stuff. And it makes them crazy, it makes them jealous, and it makes them absolutely insane when they find out that the world rejects their ideology and wants absolutely nothing to do with it. So color us shocked there that YouTuber Smash JT got attacked by Funny Games Andy Cortez, absolutely trying to defame Smash JT with a bunch of evil, nasty lies and complete and total BS that was proven wrong, and now he's had to have it thrown back in his face. And this will continue to happen over and over again, boys and girls, because this is what's happening, right? As more of you people out there wake up, as more of the average consumers, more of the nerds out there, the more common nerds out there, the gamers and everybody else start to pay attention to this kind of stuff. Because why? Because they have taken away your escapism from you. They have interjected their own identity politics. They have forced all of this unnecessary diversity, inclusion, and equity nonsense that is just nothing more than an anti kind of traditional Western values kind of stint on things. It's literally the new cult, same as the old cult that our ancestors were dealing with in the Old Testament. Nothing new changes under the sun, boys and girls. They're these exact same of crazy people that want to believe that their narcissism and that what their immutable characteristics, you know, the things that they are just born with, that for some reason they make them special, that they make them different, that you should elevate them above other people, that you should praise them just because of the immutable characteristics that they were born with or the mental illnesses that they currently describe to. And that is what's happening right now, because when they find out that the rest of the world does not agree with them and other people are far more successful and more people are flocking to them constantly, while their own processes, their own companies become stagnant and become stale because nobody is buying their BS anymore, it causes them to lash out and say ridiculous and insane things. And ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what we've got right here. So we've got this wonderful little article over there from fandompulse.substack.com from our dear sweet John F. Trent over there, who is now the executive, who is now running Fandom Pulse. And we're going to get into all of the juicy details of exactly what it said and the spicy and insane allegation that this guy decided to run with on social media shows you that he only cares about pushing a narrative and not actually telling the truth in any way, shape, or form. And he thinks that every single person that disagrees with him is nothing more than a vile, disgusting person that doesn't deserve to be treated properly in any way, shape, or form. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about and shame this individual, because boys and girls, we are trying to make shame great again. And this Andy Cortez absolutely deserves it. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Does it surprise you at all that somebody like over at Kind of Funny Games, Andy Cortez, decides to go out there and run with this kind of insane stuff that was obviously bait and switch from the very beginning out there, or just double down and not surprise you in any way, shape, or form that this is kind of psychopath, that someone that is possessed by the spirit of the ages, that completely and totally has TDS, comes out and lashes out like this in insane and evil ways? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. Obviously, if you love Kind of Funny Games and you think Andy Cortez was right, your comments are welcome too. Just don't expect not to get any pushback. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel, please check out the links in the description as well. All right, from fandompulse.substack.com and our dear sweet John F. Trent. Kind of Funny Games, Andy Cortez defames YouTuber Smash JT with evil, wicked accusation. And it is pretty wicked. It is pretty wicked, especially if you're coming from a perspective of like John Trent, who is very much a very devout Catholic. He brings up a lot of that kind of stuff all the time. He talks about it. He's not shy about his faith in any way, shape, or form. And I love that about John. He's also very knowledgeable about all of his stuff. So he can really come back at you with the facts and the analytics. And so it's one of those things is like, yeah, what this guy is accusing him of, what the kind of nonsense that he tried to run and defame this guy in the public eye for, yeah, is pretty wicked and vile. Andy Cortez, one of the hosts on the Kind of Funny Games YouTube channel, defames YouTuber Smash JT with a wicked and vile accusation. In a now deleted post, because of course, once they get called out, once they get enough pushback, once they get enough blowback from actual common sense individuals out there, and of course the truth gets literally shoved in their face, more often than not, they run and hide. And deleting your tweets is exactly that. Because you don't stand by what you said. No. You got called out. You found out you were wrong, and now you have to run and hide from it. In a now deleted post, Cortez shared screenshots from X account Wash Your Crack that claimed, oh yeah, I'm sure that's a real reliable source for information, right? That Smash JT used a degenerate online hookup site. The account posted, well, I guess if Smash JT wants to hide behind a block while spreading false rumors that he won't mind me mentioning that Jeff T. Smash account on a hookup site created in 2015 that mentions his cities, hobbies, and wife by name. Oh yes, boys and girls, this degenerate website out there is to be able to watch your wife get smashed by other dudes because apparently there's a bunch of sick freaks out there that for some reason enjoy watching your beautiful, gorgeous, outstanding, and devoted wife for some reason get plowed by another dude. There are a lot. Look, I got some kinks. I will not deny that in any way, shape, or form, but there are some of you freaks out there that I simply will never understand it. Look, I ain't no shame in my game. I ain't gonna kink shame you either, but seriously, what? Explain this to me. I don't get it in any way, shape, or form. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. Cortez shared the screenshot as well as the accompanying image and wrote on X, the setup and the punchline are incredible. Oh, aren't you clever? Oh, I wonder why people aren't working out so well for you. Because, of course, Smash JT put out a post and said, hey, Greggy, get cucked, because he voted. Like, in literally trying to encourage all of the kind of funny audience to vote for Kamala Harris, because it is funny. It is funny. And by the way, and that was him replying to all of these people, and literally, they were pushing. Kind of Funny was literally trying to convince all of their entire audience to vote for Kamala Harris, this absolute psychopath, the person that nobody voted for, the person that literally nobody voted for, that was installed in her position and not decided on by any votes whatsoever. That's how bad these people over at Kind of Funny are literally simping for the spirit of change. That's how possessed they are and how much of an acolyte for the cult they are. They are literally doing this kind of non-stuff. Smash JT responded to Cortez, providing proof that the using the name Art Slade 1972 was attempting to impersonate Smash JT and had changed his username on the site to Jeff T. Smash. He wrote, hardcore lefty spreading misinformation. Color me shocked. This is actually defamation, proven to be faked. Here's the proof that the actual account that changed its name. This is a shameful to flippantly post this to a wide audience without actually doing any research first. Because of course, why would they bother? It fit their narrative. So of course they believed that it worked out perfectly because they believe we are the exact same kind of monsters they are. They think we have just as many dirty skeletons in their closet as they do. Hey, guess what? The majority of the people, probably almost none of the people on the conservative side, are anything like your freak Destiny or the rest of you weirdos out there. The rest of us would actually like to take our wives personally, not watch somebody else do it, you freaks of nature. This is shameful to flippantly post to a wide audience without doing any research first. I've had to deal with people harassing me constantly today. You really are a complete piece of shit, Andy Cortez. And at this point, I completely agree. I haven't seen any reason not to. So Cortez responded by informing Smash JT that he would delete the post, but he did not seek forgiveness or even apologize for his defamation. This is how much of a pathetic scumbag this guy is, because this is what he believes. He believes anybody that disagrees with him in any way, shape, or form is less than human, that you do not deserve the decent human respect that every other person is granted just by existing. You know, you don't deserve the love of God just because you exist, because you're a scumbag. You're this evil, monster, horrible, Yahtzee kind of person that you're just an ist and a phobe and everything else. You are beneath Andy Cortez as far as he's concerned. Don't believe me? Here's his response. I'll delete it because I'm not a complete piece of shit, only about 90% when it comes to dealing with you all. That's right. He's only willing to be 90% evil because that's for the greater good of destroying the other side that simply disagrees with him. Oh, color us shocked there. Sorry you were harassed. I know you'd never bothered or attack anybody on this site. No. Bother or attacking people is not holding people accountable, is holding people accountable for their actions. That's not attacking or bothering people. It's calling people out for the truth. You, on the other hand, Andy, decided to perpetuate a lie and push it out to a huge audience to cause a bunch of problems. Calling people out for their own actions and the things they actually did is not targeting or harassing. It's simply getting answered, talking about the truth and making you responsible for what you did and holding you to account for the things you've said and the things you've done. If you can't handle that, maybe you shouldn't do things that cause you to get shamed by the vast majority of people out there. But guess what, Andy? No matter how much you continue to cry about it, we will continue making shame great again around here and everywhere else in America and around the world because your ideology has lost. You have spent billions of dollars, sacrificed everything on the altar to this cult of woke, and it is blown up in your faces. And the fact that the United States of America's majority voting population proved that to you is breaking your brain. You're jealous, you're insane, and you've lost the plot. And that's why you'll get exactly what you deserve, Andy. Smash JT replied, a simple sorry that was completely out of line would have sufficed. You're backhanded at trying to be funny, and an apology to try and downplay what you just did here is noticed, but not appreciated. This was a super shitty thing to do to someone. And yes, he is absolutely right. And I follow Smash JT out there on X, on Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Either way, I caught wind of the back end of this. I was like, this is insane, but I had no idea who this other guy was. Apparently, these are former associates of Rooster Teeth. All of this kind of stuff is out. It's so funny how all of this stuff ends up leading back to the exact same kind of people, and they're all the exact same kind of cultists. And like I said before, as of note, Cortez recently went on a rant against gamers who oppose DEI and woke agenda during a kind of funny live stream that was shared on X by Grums. You fucking need DEI because you wouldn't have jobs if DEI didn't exist to complain about. You wouldn't be making money on YouTube if DEI didn't exist. So you're really the ones that need it. No, we're really not. Because at the end of the day, the only reason the majority of us exist is because you have pushed this kind of nonsense. The only reason why JT Smash is gaining more ground and growing faster than your channel currently is, or probably ever will again, is because the majority of the audience, the majority of the gamers, the majority of the customers, and the majority of the voters disagree with you, Andy. They don't believe what you say. They don't buy what you sell. They don't trust you. Authenticity is the coin of the realm, and you don't have that anymore. And you and the rest of your woke agenda-driven population out there, your small segment of screaming ideologues out there on the internet, have now found out with the re-election of Donald J. Trump that not only does the culture and all the hundreds of billions of dollars you have wasted between video games, between books, between comics, between television shows and movies that have failed time and time again. It doesn't matter that you're not gaining traction. It doesn't matter that nobody cares you anymore. What it took was finding out that the world rejects your ideology in the most undeniable form because you have now lost control of the government, because you have found out in an undeniable way that the majority of the Western culture in the United States of America rejects your ideology and agrees with JT Smash and others like him and don't agree with you, Andy. And that's why you lash out. That's why you attack, because your tiny little pea brain can't see outside of your bubble to understand that, guess what? The majority of the world doesn't agree with you, rejects your ideology, and that's why JT Smash will smash all of your nonsense into oblivion, Cortez, and continue to call you out and smash all of your growth numbers and everything else. You will fail, Andy, because your ideology has already failed. So keep pushing it, because you're going to lose just like it did.